Are you really going to go another year without achieving your goals? Okay, the new year's approaching and you want to have your best year yet. And this could be the year where you finally get a grip on your life and business. But you can't sit back and dream about it. You need a plan that works. In this video, I'm going to help you establish your goals and design an actionable plan to achieve them. I'm going to walk you through my entire easy to follow 8-step goal setting process. And this process is going to give you the structure you need to reach those goals effectively and in the shortest time possible. So pull out a piece of paper or open up a Word document and let's get to it. Step 1, you have to look back and do business with the past. And this shouldn't take a long time. But why is this important? Because you don't want to make the same mistakes you made last year. When you're looking back on the past calendar year and reflecting on everything that's happened, consider these 4 questions. 1, what worked and why? 2, what didn't work and why? 3, how can we change what didn't work last year? Are we going to fix something or stop doing something? And then 4, what can we double down on? Like, what are the things that work that we can really push? Can we scale them? Can you delegate them or automate them? Or can you just spend time yourself doing more of it? I want you to go ahead and answer all of these questions. Go ahead and set a timer for 25 minutes and write down all of your thoughts and ideas. Once you have those thoughts down, it's time to get planning on your best year yet. So step 2, select your big 3. You're going to go ahead and break down your life into a few categories in which all of your goals will fall under. So let's start off with the 3 main categories. 1 being business, 2 personal, and 3 is anything of your choice. It literally can be anything you want. Just write down all 3 and now you have your big 3 or your big 3 areas that you want to grow in. I'll run you through an example so you can follow along. So I have business, personal, and you can either put family or maybe you have a side hustle, whatever you want to put for that 3rd category. Each main category has subcategories. In this case, my business area of growth has business growth goals and career advancement. And you can add other areas as well, and you can add as many as you want. For the personal area, I have health, relationships, wealth and finance, and feel free to add like something spiritual or maybe a mindset as well. And for the last one, I'm going to put family or side hustle or literally anything you want, and it's completely up to you. For family, you might want to go on more vacations or travel. And for your side hustle, maybe you could put acquire more customers or make $1,000 a month. Step 3, create your goals. Now it's time to get detailed on your goals. What does success look like? What does achieving the goal actually look like? These are questions that you have to start asking yourself when you're making these goals. So for my hypothetical example, the business growth goal is to make 6 figures. So I know when I hit $100,000, that goal is achieved. For my career advancement, I know when I get that new certification, that goal is achieved. So define your goals and the outcomes. Take time to list out each goal in detail. The clearer you can be with each goal, the better. Step 4, determine the gap and metrics. For every goal you have, there's a gap. The gap is the space that needs to be covered between where you currently are right now and where your goals are. So for every goal, you need to define what that gap is. And how we measure the gap is through metrics. And this is very simple, but let's run an example. So for our personal area, we might have health. And if you weigh 160 pounds and you want to weigh 140 pounds, that's a 20-pound gap. Maybe for savings, you want to go from saving $400 a month to $700 a month, and that's a $300 gap that we need to allocate per month. So very simple to start out. In some cases, it can become more complex. For our business, let's say we have a revenue goal, and the goal is to make 6 figures. And right now we're making $5,000 a month. In order to make 6 figures, we have to hit $8,333 per month on average. So the gap is $3,333. Or maybe we have a goal of brand awareness, right? We want to grow our YouTube channel or our Instagram following to 5,000 subs this year. And you currently have 1,500 subs. The gap is 3,500 subs that you're going to need to gain within the next calendar year. So take the time to figure out the gap for each one of your goals and the metric that you're going to use to calculate that gap. Step 5, create key initiatives. For each goal, you're going to create some key initiatives. And if you don't know what a key initiative is, it's defined as a new plan or action to improve something or solve a problem. So ask yourself, what are the key tasks or projects that need to happen in order to accomplish this goal? You're going to plan out step by step the key things that need to be done in order to accomplish for each one of your goals. Now let's run through some examples. For the business goal, it was to make 6 figures in revenue, and the gap we determined was $3,333. And I want to create a new product to sell to boost that revenue. So what would be the key initiatives to get that product created and sold? And you would have to list out each step. So for this example, 1 would be actually create the product, 2, create the new marketing campaign, 3, execute the marketing plan, 4, launch the new product, and 5, down the line, you might have to increase some type of ad spend to promote it. And I know this might be a little oversimplified, but I'm keeping it simple just for the sake of the example. The metric here is money, and more specifically, how much money did we make this month, meaning monthly reoccurring revenue. For the personal example, it was to lose 20 pounds of weight, and the gap we determined was 20 pounds. The key initiatives here might be 1, subscribe to a meal plan app and learn how to use the app. 2, create a weekly grocery list. 3, schedule a day to cook and prep all your meals. 4, join a gym or buy weights for home workouts. And number 5, create a schedule for days and times per week to work out. In this case, you would have 2 different metrics. The first being meals eaten off the plan, and a good benchmark for that would be like 85% of the time you're eating off the app. And then the other metric are workouts done. So we want to show up maybe 3 days a week to work out. Tracking metrics is so important because when it comes to your goals, you can't just wing it. You have to know where you are and if you're on track or not. Now go through each goal and come up with all of the key initiatives that are required to accomplish them. You can put this into a document on your computer or just write them down. Make sure you post these goals and key initiatives somewhere where you can see them. Once this is posted, you can confirm to yourself that you've committed to these for the next year. Before we get to the last 3 steps, question of the day. Let me know what your number 1 goal is this year. Drop it right in the comment section below. I'm always curious to see what other people are up to, and I'll go ahead and drop my number 1 goal for the year down there as well. The last 3 steps are all about reverse engineering your goals and key initiatives into an actionable plan. Step 6, create quarterly milestones. Break each goal into quarterly milestones and take out a piece of paper and write out each quarter. For the paper, you can break it into 4 quadrants, or you can organize it in a software like Trello. I use Trello and break everything up quarterly. Here is how I have all of mine organized, and feel free to copy this for your own use. Start by adding key initiatives in your quadrants. Try and focus on keeping quarter 1 consistent. And also be aware that you're more than likely going to have to be flexible for quarter 2, 3, and 4 because plans and timelines change. Sometimes you have to pivot your strategy or projects get backed up and you get behind. So know that you have to be adaptable here as well. So let's take this business example from before and create quarterly milestones. So for quarter 1, you're going to create the product and create the new marketing plan. For quarter 2, you're going to execute the marketing plan and launch the product. Quarter 3, that's where you might increase your ad spend or really try and push that promotion. And then quarter 4, you're going to continue to execute the marketing plan. And you can see quarter 4 has a repeat. That's going to give you a little bit of flexibility. So if quarter 1, 2, and 3 get backed up a little bit, you can push that down if need be. But then again, that's kind of like a worst case scenario. So take the time to write these goals down in each quarter and take that flexibility into account. Step 7, reverse engineer your goals into monthly plans. Now for today, let's just start out with planning the upcoming month. You don't want to plan too far ahead because you know things are going to change from week to week. But what you do need is structure when planning. You're going to start by looking at what you have for quarter 1 and pick the top most important and urgent projects or tasks for each key initiative. Look at the key initiatives and then create projects and tasks that you would need to do each month to make progress towards those milestones. For example, for month 1, the key initiative was create a product. So one of the tasks might be research marketplace and your customer needs. A second task might be determine what kind of product you want to launch and what problem that product solves. And then third might be outline the product itself. Another key initiative was create the new marketing plan. So you're going to have to research where those potential customers are. You might have create a marketing strategy and determine how you're going to actually reach those people. And then the third one would be to draft the marketing plan. And again, those are just all hypotheticals. This isn't like a marketing video, but it just shows you how you can organize everything. Now take the time to map out a plan for each key initiative. And this might take a while, but you really have to put a lot of thought into reverse engineering each step along the way. Step 8, schedule your success. For the final step, I'm gonna help you map out your weekly plan for success. So take a look at your monthly goals. Schedule your week based off the month 1 to-do list tasks for your key initiatives. Again, what is most important, most urgent is what you should prioritize first. And I would highly recommend time blocking to make sure you have enough time and that time is allocated for each task and project. If you come to the point where you don't have the time, resources, or bandwidth to schedule it all in 1 week or this month, push it to the next week or month or quarter. We don't want to overload ourselves. We want to make sure that we're making steady progress. Pro tip, do a weekly review. One of the biggest mistakes I see when people plan the week is not planning in a weekly review. At the end of each week, you want to do a weekly review to make sure you're up to speed with everything that's happened that week and be able to plan for the week ahead. During the review, you want to take a look at what you accomplished, what you didn't, and the metrics from this past week, and then adjust anything needed for the upcoming week. If you're wondering how to properly plan out each week, check out my weekly planning video, and I'll put it in the card above. In this video, I go in more in depth in how to maximize each week for productivity so you can get more done. Okay, so now you have your goals set, a plan, and the next actions to take. Now it's the time to get to work. Until next time, stay productive.